Hello basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from House Basketball Training, and today I'm going to give you some game-winning or end-of-game horns basketball plays. So hello everyone, my name is Alan from House Basketball Training. If you're new to this channel, on this channel I show you basketball plays, drills, and skills. So if you like that stuff, hit that like button and subscribe. But anyways, today I'm going to give you some great end-of-game horns basketball plays. These are horns plays that are really quick, that can be ran within about a 5-second time. So if you need a quick play, these are your guys. Let's get down to the clipboard. Let's check out these basketball plays. Okay, so here we have our horns offense against a man-to-man defense. Generally speaking, at the end of the game, you're going to be going up against one of two types of defenses, a man-to-man as well as a 2-3. So we're going up against a man-to-man here. We're going to have player 5 come up and set a screen for player 1, and at the same time, we're going to have player 3 popping up and setting a screen or a back screen on player 4. What's going to happen here is player 4 is going to use that screen, same as player 5, and player 1, and player 5 is going to pop out for the possible 3-point shot. Now, one of a few things can happen. Player 4 could be open for the layup. Player 1 could be open for the shot. Those are kind of our main number 1 and number 2 options. The next option is if player 5 switched off. There's two things that player 5, blue, needs to do. So for one, these guys, if they don't get the ball, let's say they switched, whatever. Let's say they're switching, it doesn't matter if they switch or not. They need to get out of the key. Now what's going to happen is if player 5 and 1 did switch defenders, player 5 blue needs to get his butt down towards the key because that's going to be a mismatch. If it's not a mismatch, if they did not switch and it wasn't a very good screen, player 5 is going to pop, and he better be a good shooter because now he is going to be taking that 3-point shot. Generally speaking, in most teams, this defender is not going to be up in player 5's face because this player is not a very fast player historically. So this play is great if you want to get a layup, a 3-point shot, or another 3-point shot from player 5. Again, if they switched, player 5 would then be cutting towards the rim for the very easy layup. Now in this next basketball play, what we're going to have is player 5 setting a screen for player 4, who's going to be using that screen and popping out to the 3-point line, the free throw line extended, and player 1 is going to pass him the ball. Now he could take that shot. That's our first option if he is a good shooter. If player 4 was able to beat that screen or if player 5 switched off, it doesn't really matter. What we're now going to have is player 1 getting out of the way, and we're going to be having player 5 setting a screen down now for player 2, who could then pop towards the free throw line or out towards the 3-point line. Now, wherever he goes, he should be open in that area for that 3-point shot. This needs to be a very strong screen. Player 5 is not going to be switching off because he is too big. He will not be wanting to guard a guard. Now, if he does, player 2 just needs to drive it on him. That's going to be very nice and easy if player 5 switched off because he's just going to drive. Now, if player 5 doesn't switch, this is a very strong screen. We're going to have player 1 switching off and kind of scrambling, and this is where player 2 needs to pass to player 1 for that 3-point shot. So what I always like to explain to my players, even though the play is dead, because now he's not open to take his shot, he needs to know exactly where the open player is, because now if a player is switching off, there's going to be most likely a player open or there's going to be a mismatch somewhere else on the court. Now we're going up against a 2-3 zone. Now, of course, most popular is a man-to-man in the close ending seconds of the game because they want to be as tight as possible with no possible openings. But there are some teams that just like to run a 2-3 zone defense all game or in tight periods of time. And if that is the case, what we're going to have is, of course, most likely there will be a double team up top because that's both of their zones. And we're going to have player 4 and player 5 setting screens down for players 3 and 2. Those two players are going to be popping up, and one of them should be open. Now, if they're open for the shot, definitely take it. Now, if they're not open, player 4 red got through, player 5 is going to roll towards the basket. Now, player 5 red is going to take that, and we're going to have now player 4 blue cutting towards the high post. Now, the idea behind this is if he's open in the high post, that's going to be a quick shot. If not, he's going to continue through, and he's going to be going out to this wing for now the 3-point shot or even possible mid-range shot. Now, I hope that these basketball plays help your team win more games, especially in the last few seconds of your game. If they do, let us know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow for another daily basketball video.